Wow, a three-part video? Wasn't meant to happen. I'm sorry about this, guys. I hit the wrong button. I was trying to move the camera around so you guys can see what I was doing here. I've got this other piece of winch plate from when I was rigging up my oversized shift servo on the twin hammers. So I gotta drill out the back corner of this real quick here, and then I'll show you what we got going on. Jam for a bit. Close enough. That'll work. Alright, and we are digging back into the screw box here of leftover TF2 parts. I did order a bearing kit for the TF2. This is where I keep all my tapered head screws. Trying to find something relatively small. I think this will do. That's my last one too. Go figure. Alright. Sorry about the three-part series here. Not too shabby. I guess I could have went a tad bit deeper on that guy. Close enough. Sorry, I'm blocking your view, but you're blocking my view. That is for my speed controller, because off camera I went up in here and I cut out two little layers of foam. These two guys right here. It really doesn't matter up at this point in time because this part doesn't even see water. Nice part about it, it's got plenty of room for the speed controller, and the speed controller is going to be sitting in this little pocket, so hopefully that baby won't even get wet at all. And I did mount my light controller right down here. Some of these wires just didn't want to bend in certain directions. This one was good going in this direction, which is the one that's going up to the receiver. This one here to be going to whatever you're powering is relatively flexible, so I can bend it right down flat, so it lays down below our height parameter here. And so let me get this ESC. The ESC, I decided I'm going to put it right back here with all the wires laying upwards. That way I can route those up to that little pocket as well, or up into this area, which is most likely to stay the most dry, or it's going to be the driest area on the truck for the most part, you know, for keeping these guys in good shape. So let's get that speed controller sitting up here for a second. And let's get you guys in here. Got some double-sided tape right along this edge. Kind of cut it out around that winch plate. Gonna mount this up with all my leads facing the back of the rig. That way I have as much battery wires coming off the back as possible, so as much length as possible. Excuse my poor English tonight. And I'm going to try to mount this as center as possible with the front shocks, just to keep it in the center of the chassis where I have my hole mounted and whatnot. Plus trying to get it to the left as much as possible to kind of offset the motor as much as possible at the same time. And still maintaining contact area with this tape. It is slightly to the right, but it's almost center. It's pretty close. It's about half a fin off. Well, do a little trial fit, see how she and she's going to be disappearing into a pocket. I don't know if it's going to hit that foam or not. I guess we'll find out. If it starts smoking, I guess it's on it. I mean, I could cut out this other piece of foam in here, just to guarantee that it's not hitting it. I probably should. You know what I'm going to do? Excuse me here. I'm going to take a Sharpie and run it across these fins here real quick, and then press that hood down and see if it leaves marks on that styrofoam. 1 second. No one's gonna ever see it. Can't tell. A little bit right here. A little bit of purple right there. Don't really see anything anywhere else, so I might just have to cut a little bit more foam out of the face of this. So I'm not seeing any purple up in this area. Just right along this edge. Now we've got a little bit more contact area right up in here. All the way up to the top here. We got it right along here. There's a little bit right up here. There's a little smudge right across in this corner. So yeah, when I was really pushing on it, that's when we were making contact. So it is pretty close to those fins. Huh. I guess I could. I could cut that foam out of there. That whole part of the chassis is really not in the water all that much anyways. Well, I guess we'll cut that little guy out of there. And we are back. I went oversized with it, just kind of traced it out. The inside of that box is where the purple marks were at. And so I went a little bit fatter all the way around the edge just to give it some room to breathe. And we are right up underneath the cockpit Lexan here. So I'll probably end up stuffing a couple pieces of foam back in these empty cavities here. Either that or I'll just put a couple pieces in the body somewhere to make up for that. Alright, let's get back to business. You know what? I don't even know. That speed controller is sitting right down yonder here. Maybe I should just, sorry about this, maybe I should just cut a little box right there and just let that axial speed controller just stick right out. Let those cooling fins stick right out of that Lexan. Don't know. Right now it's got a nice little protective cover on it. And the Lexan is raised up slightly here at the front, which you're not getting an angle on, but that is a roll bar tube, but it does have a slight raise underneath the tube. You can see a little bit of the raise along this edge here. And right here is kind of lifted up there. I don't know. I guess we'll just slap her back together here. Get the show on the road.